Before the anime of the week is Another. That's it. That's the title. Another.
Yeah, you can find it on just pretty much. I found it on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll. I watch Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
Yep, it's basically about a classroom where this specific classroom in the school is cursed, and every time certain parameters are not set and upheld, then people will start dying in that class, and people who are relatives, like their close relatives, as in brother, sister, mom, dad, like that close. And if they will start to die every month, somebody, it could be multiple people, be one, but just know that there's a death or deaths every single month until the school year ends for that classroom specifically. So a new student gets transferred in a month after school. Well, actually, it's not even a month after, but he got into an accident, so he wasn't able to be there at the very beginning to be explained to before school starts of what's happening. Mm-hmm. So a month later, after he's out of the hospital, he goes to school not realizing what's going on, because the kids, even though they visited him in the hospital to make sure that he wasn't a former resident of that area, they still left out important details that kept him from knowing what the parameters were and how to uphold them. So since he breaks the parameters, death starts to happen.
Okay, because the whole time I was like, okay, these people is like talking to him weird. They're like,
yes,
grilling him with all these questions, not saying nothing.
Yes.
He keeps seeing this girl who I'm pretty sure is a ghost, and nobody's telling him anything. He's just like, okay, all this weird stuff is going on, and I just saw the first death not that long ago, and I was like, oh dang,
gruesome.
Dang.
That was the umbrella up the neck,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's this kind of show. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, that poor girl. She didn't do anything. What did she deserve to do? She was so cute. So messed up.
So yeah, this show is gruesome. It gets in there. It's really good though. The pacing seems slow in the beginning because of you're so curious of like what's going on. Just tell him. He's curious. Y'all saying it's a serious thing, but not explain it. And their whole thing was they're not gonna explain it because if they do, then there's a chance that the deaths are gonna happen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so this was before that first death. And I don't really want to explain the parameters because that's part of the mystery when you first get into it. So it's part of the intrigue of the show. But Another though is just one of those suspenseful thrillers that's in the Sign-In, I believe it's called.
Yeah. Kind of like, I think Attack on Titan is technically a Sign-In. I think maybe Steins Gate might be.
I know like the Death Note is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Promised Neverland might fit in that category as well.
Yeah.
But Another though is one of those shows where like it gets you hooked on that mystery and try to figure out like, and also a little frustrating too because there's no clues to try to figure this out. Like, like is this girl alive? Is she a ghost? Like, what's going on here? Is he the only one seeing this? Like, there's no way they're seeing her. There's no way that they don't see her.
Yeah.
But is it only this class that can see the ghosts? Because did you listen to the explanation in the very beginning, in the first episode?
Mm-hmm. What was the explanation?
So the explanation is basically 26 years ago, there was a accident that happened at a class trip in that class, and a person died. Mm-hmm. And then weeks after the funeral or something, as a joke, one of the kids was like, so-and-so's not dead. They're right there. They're still here. And they point to the empty desk.
And then the whole class
started. And then the whole class and the teacher joined in and stuff and saying, so the entire year they treated like that person never died. Mm-hmm. And so since they once they did that, even at the graduation ceremony, they had their place.
Her desk or something.
They had their place there, and the sign on the chair and diploma and all that for them. And so when they took the picture, the graduation picture, when it was developed, they saw the person that died.
She was standing there smiling.
Yep, there was in the picture. And so that freaked out a lot of people. And so the following year, after that happened, they had that's when that phenomenon started, where a death from that class, people in the class or somebody connected to them was dying. Because, the girl who first you saw that died, her mom died too. That's why she was running out.
Oh, okay.
She just got the phone call that her mom had died. I was like, how do your mom and daughter die on the same day? I could not be the father.
No.
Or the brother.
No.
Or cousin or anybody. I could not.
And I think about that stuff because it happens in real life. People have lost their
entire
family members.
Yeah.
Either in one swoop, in one accident, or literally just within
back
days or weeks.
Yeah.
And it's just like, how does that happen? I'd be in a hospital somewhere. I'll be in a hospital, a therapy room somewhere or something, dude.
I will be ghost for a good 6 months maybe.
Yeah.
Unless God really keeps me and shows the love. Like the people won't allow me to do that.
Yeah.
They gotta be some really strong spirit filled people though.
Yeah.
Cause I'll be ready to I won't be able to ready to give up. I just need a very long time to get back to where I was.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm thanking God for protecting us now, because those moments all could have happened last year.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
literally. It was me.
Yeah.
I would have been a family member dead with a bunch of other family members.
That was so terrifying. Yeah, I couldn't even imagine being your dad, your mom. It's just
like all my boys. Like that was wild. It was 4 of us, just all gone. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, my mom was like, that's why she advises people not, families not to travel all in one vehicle when you can help it, because it's like if an accident happened and that's the whole family, is like,
yeah.
And it's scary. It's weird to think that way, but it's like stuff happens.
Mm-hmm. But I knew we were covered though. Like I already got a word from my expiration date, so I'm all good. As long as I don't do nothing to go out my way, and other people are not being crazy too, like I'm good. Even if other people are crazy anyways, like God has so much grace that somehow it will be avoided if I'm there. Or I'm just removed from it altogether. Mm-hmm. But I know I'm covered though, and there's a grace that as long as I'm moving in His will and stuff, I'm covered. Yeah. So I might be doing that. Shoot, but that whole thing about the mom and daughter dying all in one day, and then next month I forgot who dies. You haven't got to that point, but I don't really remember the characters' names because it was 3 weeks since I watched it, and I was just coming off of a consecration fast. But I had watched it in one setting too, as well. So I only can describe the characters based off of what I remember them. So the ghost girl, the eye patch girl.
Yeah, I think her name is Misaki or something like that.
Yeah, she has the same last name as the person who died 26 years ago. So immediately I'm just like, oh, that's the ghost.
Yeah.
That is the ghost.
Because that's what I thought.
Like, there's no way it's not the ghost. And so, do you plan on finishing it?
Oh yeah, and you can say whatever, but I'll finish it because it seems interesting to me so far.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
It's got a good mystery to it.
Yeah, so like her going into like the doll shop seemed like that she lives there.
She literally popped out of the shadows. I was like, wait, is the doll talking or is she behind the doll? I think she come out of the shadows.
So my immediate thought was, oh, the spirit is tethered to this doll.
Right.
And so she is actually a spirit hunting them. And somebody was supposed to warn him not to interact with this doll. But they did it. And then it was too late. And then they're trying to keep him away from her. But like once he interacted, it's too late now.
Yeah.
He knows this person exists. And I got to talk to him.
And she just smooth was like, well, I guess it started already. And I was like, what does that mean? Okay.
Yeah. So her whole persona and stuff was very like, oh, she knows. Like, she's like, you should probably not stay away from me.
Yeah.
All that.
Yeah, just very Willy Wonka, just like, please, no, don't. Stop talking to me, please. Oh, you again? You should probably not do this.
He was like, what? So it's crazy how the answers are given and how what's going on really. And so one thing I'll give away is that the parameters that they set, that's only a 50-50 chance that this phenomenon is going to skip that year or not. Nobody really knows. And so that's part of it. And then there's another part where I won't spoil nothing, but there was a year where the phenomenon stopped halfway through the year.
That's weird.
So the deaths did not last all the way through the year, and so they was trying to figure out. That becomes the driving force of the second part after the mystery is uncovered.
Okay.
Oh well, not even one part of that mystery is this person alive or dead?
Yeah.
And what did I break? What rules did I break? And so they give those rules and those parameters. Anyways, after that is the driving force is figuring out how to make this stop so it doesn't continue out through the year. There was a tape recording left by one of the people, and this phenomenon is so wild that it affects the entire town. It affects the adults. It affects everybody. It's crazy. Like their whole memories gets altered because of what's going on in this classroom.
That's bizarre.
It is wild. So even when they're trying to ask these adults who are in that class and survived their year when the phenomenon was happening, they really can't remember much. They're like, yeah, there was something. They remember each other. Mm-hmm. They remember their class members and stuff, but they're just trying to figure out like exactly what happened and exactly what they did and stuff. It's crazy.
So do they end up, I'm sure it gets resolved some sort of way, but do they at least explain? So in your opinion, do you feel like the ending explains kind of what's going on and wraps things up very well?
Yes.
Okay.
So part of the explanation is since that joke was played, it invited dead people in their class.
Got you.
And death itself was hovering in that class as well. So that's why everybody was getting murked by very Final Destination type stuff.
Yeah, because I'm just like, she done slipped on this stair and got impaled through the neck with this. Why is the umbrella so sharp?
Yes.
What is going on?
So if you guys love the movie Final Destination or that franchise, you will definitely love another, because that's exactly what it is. It's Final Destination anime style. That's the best way I can do it without a spoiler.